Let's do this. Anonymous tip. Napier is wiping out access chemicals. So they're playing around here. That's a quote from Michael Keaton's Batman. Look, what's up, gamers? Another beautiful day. Yup. Hope your five senses work, health, and strength is good. What? What's up? What's up? Look, the first time I heard the word anonymous was in Michael Keaton's Batman, right? The second time I heard of it was when during the Wii U time, when Kotaku had these articles talking about anonymous developers, right? The third time I hear of it now is in the Microsoft Activision merger. Anonymous. So look, we got Take-Two and Valve are spectators, right? Okay. You have, let's see, you have 98% of the shareholders. You got the employees behind this. You got the 75% of the public, right? And then you got you got countries like the Ukraine, Serbia, Chile, Saudi Arabia, and Brazil, right? They support Microsoft in this, right? And then you got Tencent and Nvidia supporting Microsoft. But now you got 6 companies now that's in favor of the Activision merger. Listen to this. Anonymous. Says here, 6 companies favor Activision merger in recent CMA document. It says the CMA has published response to the provisional findings from various companies in the ongoing Activision Blizzard acquisition case. Regulatory authorities have previously shown a lack of confidence in Microsoft, but the response from companies have been much different. A total of 6 companies are currently in favor of the merger, with neither company having much to say in opposition to the deal. Says here, the CMA has published response from 6 different game companies to Microsoft Blizzard deal in the UK. All 6 believe the deal should go ahead. And one company even say it's likely to create sorely needed level playing ground between Xbox and PlayStation. Says here, it should be noted that 5 companies have chosen to remain anonymous, with 4J Studios being the exception. The participants range from smaller developers to companies that have worked with big AAA publishers. This means the response provided a broader perspective instead of being limited to gaming giants like PlayStation and Xbox. It says one company also agrees with Microsoft's stance on one much needed competition in the market. The company claimed that PlayStation platform makes it harder for smaller games to gain exposure. Remember months ago when I had just started YouTube? Matter of fact, when I was talking about Game Pass, I told you that Game Pass was a platform for smaller studios to showcase their talents. Listen to me. Anyway, says here, however, this is not the case with Xbox. One service like Xbox Game Pass can help players discover newer unknown titles. This has led to smaller sales for the company across both platforms, even with significant divided between PlayStation and Xbox. Then it says here, the source stated says it's far more likely that then it says in parentheses, the merger may help create more level playing field between Xbox and PlayStation, which is sorely needed. And then it says here, last 2 paragraphs here, says, so far, the regulators have also shared similar opinion as Sony, but this might change with recent wave of deals from Microsoft. This recent support is in addition to companies like Nvidia and Nintendo, which have previously signed decade-long partnership for Call of Duty. However, Sony is still not ready to work with Microsoft, and reports claim that Jim Ryan insists on simply blocking the Activision Blizzard merger. Yeah. Yeah, Microsoft is. I told you guys. Microsoft has support. They are not alone in this. Okay, this is not like the This case is not like the Nvidia arms deal, right? This case has countries and companies supporting Xbox. Okay, and I told you there were more countries going to be involved in this, and Microsoft is getting that support. And this is going to be a fight for this. But the wall that PlayStation had put up, Microsoft penetrated that with the Activision Blizzard deal. And the PlayStation fans, they really need to blame Sony for this, because they took Activision Blizzard for granted. They didn't take the warning seriously. They didn't take the they took no note of it. They didn't care. Okay? When Activision Blizzard was going through their turmoil, Sony had the Call of Duty deal. It was about to expire, and Sony should have been like, you know what? We need to go take a look at this. This is serious. We need to look at this, see what's going on here. How can we help them? Like, in the words of Phil Spencer, it's not what they can do for us. It's how can we help you? Sony should have stepped in. Okay? Nintendo didn't even step in. Okay? Activision Blizzard is up for grabs. Anybody could get them. Tencent, Take-Two, okay? Google, Amazon. They could have gotten Activision Blizzard. Facebook had a shot, but Facebook is like the biggest social media platform there is. It's like I think Facebook is like a three-headed monster if you want to look at it. I think because they own 2 other social media platforms. So anyway, Facebook had their hands tied. So now, okay, Activision Blizzard sitting out there in the open. They're up for grabs. And nobody step in. Microsoft is like, okay, Phil Spencer noticed 2 things. Okay, 1, nobody owns Activision Blizzard, and 2, your Call of Duty contract is about to be up. So if you're going to renew the contract, that means you got to come to Xbox. Phil Spencer runs back to the heads at Microsoft. I'm just giving you an illustration here. Phil Spencer like, look, we need to jump on this. The heads at Microsoft looking at each other like, okay, what y'all think? Should we get involved? Should we care? Is it any of our business? Should we show Activision love, sympathy, compassion? You know, is Activision Blizzard a part of the gaming industry, part of the gaming family? You know, what benefit is Activision Blizzard to us? I mean, should we help them? Okay, go. Take 69 billion with you. And it's off to the races. The deal is done. Like they say on Call of Duty Black Ops 4, first come, first serve. Microsoft just purchased Activision Blizzard. So by the time Sony realized what just happened now, they run to the CMA. Because the deal is done. Okay? And then the FTC, they jump in now. They didn't even give Microsoft their due process. Then they try to treat Nintendo like a middleman and try to move them out the picture, and try to make the case more about Microsoft. Make the case about Microsoft and Sony, and try to act like Nintendo don't exist. But Nintendo is a part of the game industry, you know. So yeah, Microsoft beat everybody to the punch with this. Okay, Activision Blizzard is up for grabs. Anybody could have gotten them. Anybody who had the money to get Activision Blizzard, they could have gotten. They could have purchased Activision Blizzard. We're talking Activision Blizzard here. We're talking StarCraft, World of Warcraft. We're talking Diablo. We're talking Candy Crush, and we're talking Call of Duty. Activision Blizzard. So whoever had the money to get Activision Blizzard could purchase them. Okay, and there's some companies out there with big pockets that can that could have purchased Activision Blizzard. Microsoft beat them to the punch. So now Microsoft got support in this now, and now studios are now studios, 6 companies now supports Microsoft, and now they're voicing their opinion about Sony, and they're not getting the exposure that they need. But that statement now goes back to what I said months ago about Game Pass being a platform for developers to showcase their talents, since they're in the background so much. Yeah, they're gonna fight for this, man. They are going to fight for this. But the walls around PlayStation is crumbling. You know, that wall or that force field that they had up, you know, where they had everybody thinking like, oh, it was all about Squish, like Squaresoft was like the force field, but their bread and butter was Call of Duty. And Microsoft penetrated that, you know. So yeah, and Microsoft now they got support. They're not in this fight by themselves. They're not in this case by themselves. They have support. So yeah, it's gonna. I mean, a lot more could turn out from this, you know. So and more studios might join Microsoft in this. More countries might join Microsoft in this. But they really beat everybody to the punch with this. You know, they're just out in the open, just sitting there. Activision Blizzard. We're talking. Just imagine if Sony would have purchased Activision Blizzard. Would the FTC jumped in? No. It's only because it's Microsoft. That's why they jumped in. But this go around now, it is fair, and it is fair now because and now the FTC now they don't have a case, so they're trying to say that, oh, Microsoft, you're not being transparent. You know, they're trying to get all this information so they can build they the one that filed the case, right? And Microsoft gave them documents, right? Oh, you're not being transparent. So basically you're saying you don't have enough information to have a case against Microsoft, but now you want Microsoft to turn in paperwork so you can build your case. They have no case. So they're trying to come up with something, but Microsoft, you know, Activision is ready to fight. They're ready to fight for this. So this is going to be a battle, man. If PlayStation would have bought Activision Blizzard, the FTC would have never said anything. But since it's Microsoft now, everybody they want to come at Microsoft and try to paint this picture like Microsoft is the bad guy here, but they're not. You know, Activision Blizzard was just up for grabs, man. Any company with big pockets could have took a crack at it. Any company, any multi-billion-dollar corporation that's in the video game, that's in the tech field, if they have the money, they could have purchased Activision Blizzard. But Microsoft since Microsoft got Game Pass up, thanks to thank ZeniMax Bethesda, it was off to the races after that. And whatever studio pops their head up, Microsoft is like, okay, trying to get them, you know. So yeah, look, I mean, look at the look at when AT&T was, they put WB in what was that, WB Rocksteady and NetherRealm Studios. They were selling those studios for $5 billion, and just imagine if Sony would have jumped at that. They would have had Spider-Man and Batman to themselves. You know, so yeah, there were deals. There were deals in the industry that was happening, man. And you know, whoever had the money, you know, would have gotten those studios. But Activision Blizzard was a bigger fish. You know, Microsoft saw that and realized that, okay, you got the Call of Duty contract, okay, but you don't own Activision Blizzard, so you need to renew your contract. Once Microsoft saw that, oh yeah, like an eagle, yeah, caught him. Oh, so yeah, but there's more companies to more countries and companies are going to be coming to this case with their support. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Anyway, leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek Flag, or Dark Side. Go home. Peace.